Welcome students for today's session on e-learning on the title of the unit Morphology of Angiosperm. The module name is Bud and the number of module is 15. I am Harshala Garg, Assistant Professor, St. Xavier's College, Mapsa, Goa. To give you a brief outline of the module, we will be learning about the definition of bud and types of bud. The learning outcome of this module will be to identify bud and types of buds, to differentiate the types of buds. To introduce this topic on bud, a bud is an undeveloped small embryonic shoot covered with bud scales and developing leaves, normally occurring in the axil of the leaves or at the tip of the stem. Basically, when the bud is found occurring at the tip of the stem, it is referred as apical bud and it is involved in the apical growth of the stem. In most of the plants, the axillary buds which appears in the axil of the leaf are related with the lateral growth of the plant. Bud may be specialized to develop flowers or short shoots. Based on the position of the buds on the stem of the plant, they are classified further into different types. So based on the position, the classification goes as further: axillary bud, accessory bud and adventitious bud. And depending on what the axillary bud differentiate into, whether a shoot or a flower or inflorescence, it is further classified either as vegetative bud or flower bud. Coming to the axillary bud, an axillary bud is basically located in the axil of the leaf. As you can see it in the picture, this is the place where it remains well protected, and this position of the bud actually protects it from the herbivores. Coming to the next type of bud which is classified, that is accessory bud. Accessory buds are actually the extra buds or the buds which are growing near and in addition to the normal axillary bud. Based on the position with respect to the axillary bud, further this accessory bud is classified into two types, that is collateral bud, and second one is known as superimposed or serial bud. Coming to the first type, collateral bud. Collateral bud is a bud found on the either side of the axillary bud. In the picture you can see this is seen in case of the genus Acer, where the lateral buds are found on the either sides of the axillary bud. So based on the position, since it is found along the lateral side, it is known as collateral bud. Coming to the next type, that is superimposed bud or serial bud. This is a bud which is found above the axillary bud. As you can see in this picture, this superposed bud is actually found above this axillary bud, and this is again a characteristic of some of the plant genus such as juglans. Coming to the adventitious bud. Adventitious buds are bud developing from any place other than the nodes. Basically, when it comes to axillary bud, they are found at the nodal region, whereas when it comes to adventitious bud, they are basically positioned either on the stem, on the internodal region, on the leaves, roots, etc. Here I would like to cite example of adventitious bud which is found in case of Bryophyllum. Now this genus Bryophyllum shows growth of adventitious bud which are found in the crenate, along the crenate margin of the leaf in Bryophyllum. The speciality of such adventitious bud is that They help the plant in vegetative propagation. So in case of bryophyllum, when the leaf disintegrates or degrades or dies, this adventitious bud later has the potential to develop into a new plant. Coming to the flower bud, flower buds are the buds which develop into either flower or an inflorescence. In most of the plants, this axillary buds has potential to develop either into leaves or short shoots or into flower. When it comes to developing into the shoots, once the apical bud ceases its growth, or maybe due to certain factors, if the apical bud of the plant gets damaged, then this axillary buds later proliferates and gives rise to lateral growth in the plants. Now, when it comes to the buds, buds are basically meant for lateral growth in the trees, and most of the time these buds remain in a dormant state. In most of the cases, during unfavorable condition, this bud remains in a dormant state, and then once the favorable season sets in, these buds can proliferate either into shoots or flowers. Now whether it will develop into a shoot or flower, that will depend on the external signal received from the climatic conditions and the gene expression. So based on the gene expression, whether the vegetative bud or the axillary bud will either develop into a shoot or flower is decided by the genes of the plant. To summarize this topic, I will like to quickly go through the types of buds. Now, as you all have learned, bud is a small embryonic shoot which is covered by small leafy scale. Buds can be classified into different types based on the position on the stem or based on their function or what it modifies into, whether shoot or a flower. Depending on the position, as I already mentioned, buds can be classified as axillary bud, accessory bud and adventitious bud, and if the axillary bud proliferates into a flower or inflorescence, it is referred as flower bud. Under accessory bud, we have seen two types of buds, that is collateral and superimposed or serial bud. As I already mentioned, collateral buds are the ones which are found on the lateral sides of the axillary bud, and superimposed or serial buds are the ones which are found above the axillary bud. Thank you.